Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Scotty. Today, I want to talk about what you resist persists. And what does that mean? So, the more resistance you give to something, say it's a belief system, say it's something you disagree with, say it's a person in your life, the more you resist them, the more you push back, the more you have to think about them. You have to bring them up in your mind. You have to talk about them. You talk to others about them. You try to justify why or what you're doing in resistance to them or that thing or that belief. But what you find is that the more you resist it, the more it persists, the more it stays, the more it actually lives with you, the more it's in your life, it's in your face, it's in your thoughts, it's in your conversations. It's in random conversations you meet in the street. You're talking to somebody, hey, did you hear about this? It's in conversations with your family members, with your friends. What I'm here to tell you is that when you resist something, when you give it that laser focus, that energy of that right there, I'm going to push back on, I'm going to make everything known, you will find the more it's persistent in your life, the more it shows up when you don't want it to, the more it takes control of your thoughts. You're laying there trying to go to sleep, and guess what's popping in your mind? That very thing you're resisting keeps coming back up. And now, what do you do with something like that? The path of least resistance is the way. So it's okay to disagree with somebody. It's okay to disagree with something. It's okay to disagree with a belief system. But the more you try to resist that that's there, to prove you're right, to prove that they are wrong, or this is wrong, or that thinking is wrong, the more you'll find it'll persist in your life. What I say is the key to that is to give it less resistance. If you want to take on a belief system and say, I don't agree with that, that's totally fine. And I don't agree with the way he's living, that's totally fine. But then you move on. Then it's okay. I always say the phrase, you can do you. You can do that over there. I don't have to engage in that. I don't have to have you in my life. There's somebody in my life that more recently that I had to bring up boundaries. And the more I resisted them, the more the messages, the texts came. The more I decided to not answer. I'm not going to play the game. The more they text and the more they called. When all I had to do was pick up the phone and go, in a polite way, not, oh, I'm going to yell at you and you're wrong and let me tell you the ways. No, it was, I do not know. I do not know this. Thank you. And move on. All of a sudden, it's just a reply, thanks, bye. And then I don't hear from them for days. So the more I would resist this person, the more they persisted. And that's just a personal instance to me. Is that happening in your life on something? I don't know. But think about whatever you may be resisting or thinking about over and over and over consecutively on how much you disagree with them, disagree with it, or the way of living, or the way of thinking, or that belief system. The more you give energy of your fight against it, the more you'll find it persists and shows up in your life over and over and over. It's the law of attraction. When you're thinking of it more, it will show up. It's just, yes. Oh, you would like to think of that more? Well, here, I'm going to give you reasons why to think that way. And to understand that it is okay to disagree. It is okay to have different opinions, beliefs. But what's not okay is to push them upon people and force them and resist what they're doing, or go out of your way to show that what they're doing is wrong. What you'll find is you're going to create the persistent of that thing coming back into your life, coming back into your life, coming back into your life. And it's just a vicious circle. At some point, you got to say, hey, I'm getting off this ride. It's okay. You do you. It's okay. That's okay to be there. I mean, none of us can control what happens on this planet. We can't control what happens in this world. We can't control what happens in any realm at the macrocosm. We can control in our microcosm. We can control our immediate. How do I choose to show up in the world? How do I choose to wake up? How do I choose to be me? So just remember, something that you're resisting may be continuously in your life because of that resistance. Let the resistance go. Let that go. You know, the moment you think you're right and you have to prove it, the more it will persist and the more you will find it. You will look for it. It'll be searched out or brought to you because you're resisting it. And maybe that's what the world thinks you want. You want to enjoy resisting that item. So just want to talk about that today. Appreciate you tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.